Have you ever tried a mini rolled hem on a curve in a super delicate fabric like chiffon or satin? It feels impossible. You're pinning it, you're ironing, you're trying different feet, and nothing is working. Well, today I've got the solution for you. It is going to change your sewing world. We are going to be using banroll to sew all of those mini curves. In a previous video, I was using this to sew straight hems, and everybody was like, well, what about curved hems? Can we use it? Well, we can. Today, I'm going to show you how to create this mini rolled hem on a half circle skirt in satin. And then at the end, I'm going to show you how to create that mini 1/16 of an inch rolled hem on a chiffon flounce. So you're really going to want to stay to the end to see that sewing magic. And I'm going to show you two different techniques using the banroll, one on the half circle and then one on the extreme curved flounce. So let's do it. Let's sew up some 1/16 of an inch hems on curves. So if you haven't seen banroll before, it's this narrow little stiff piece of fabric, sometimes referred to as crinoline or buckram. It basically is somehow starched or sized with something, so it is really, really stiff. And it's a plain woven fabric with a really open weave. Banroll can be a little bit hard to find, so there's a link down below in the description if you'd like to find some. When using this technique, the first thing we need to do is cut our banroll to length, and I'm going to leave some extra on both sides of my project. Since I'm using a mini project, this is all I need. But if your hem of the skirt was 5 yards long, you need 5 yards. Once you have it cut to length, we're gonna start removing some fibers. The way we're gonna do this is we're going to take a pin and we're gonna put it in one of those little squares at the edge, and we're just gonna pull out that little fiber. And then what you can do is just pull it, and it's going to pull all the way down the length of the banroll. So I've ripped out 2 lengths of fibers, so that way these little cross fibers are a 1/16 of an inch. So I basically have a little comb here that's a 1/16 of an inch long. And what I would do is double check with a seam gauge or a ruler to see exactly how long it is here for your hem. So you can see we've got a 1/16, half of an eighth. Since our banroll is straight and our hem is curved, we want to get this banroll to curve so that way it's easier to sew. Let me show you how we're going to do that. So right now our banroll is straight. We want it to have a bit of a curve to match the curve of the half circle skirt here. So since it is full of sizing, what we can do is we can iron it into shape. So use a lot of steam when you're doing this. Hold the banroll down and then kind of pull it back. So we want the curve shape to blend out where the bottom of your hem is going to be. So wherever you have that little comb, you want that to end up bigger, and then you want the part at the top that doesn't have the comb to be smaller. It's also a good idea to put a pin into the end of the banroll so it doesn't move while you're ironing. So I got a few pins in here, and we really want to make sure it's stable so it's not moving, so we can put some pressure on it. So you're going to add a lot of steam, and I want you to basically bend it. We want to curve it. And you're gonna see it's going to start to create a curve shape. It's no longer straight up here anymore. So you can see I now have a curved piece of banroll there. So if I try to pull it straight, you can see that this end gets wobbly, which is what we want. That means that we have created a curve. If you need help creating curves, you can also use your ham to get a little more pressure and curve. And then you can see that really helped us get a stronger curve in here. So you're going to be using your iron and the steam to manipulate the banroll. So since we're sewing a slight curve, this is going to be all the curve I need. So I can remove my pins. And now you can see we have a nice slight curve. So you can see we have curved our banroll to roughly match the curve of our hem. This doesn't have to be perfectly matching the curve of your hem, it just needs to be close. Now we're set for our next step, which is sewing it up. So now we're going to sew the banroll to the hem, making sure we keep that banroll lined up with the very, very edge of the curve. Real quick, before we start sewing, if you're enjoying Sewing Anastasia, make sure you like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel a lot. And if you're not a subscriber yet, well, make sure you subscribe. And if you want to learn even more about sewing, make sure you check out my online and in-person classes. There are links down below for those. And also, I have an online sewing club. Make sure you check that out too. Now, let's get back to curves. So we're lining this up. It's really important to have the edge of that banroll, the comb at the edge of your fabric. And then when we're stitching, we're just stitching at the edge of the comb. You do not want to stitch into the actual weave. Otherwise, when it pulls out, it's going to pull out another fiber, a lengthwise fiber. So I would use your hand wheel to pull down your needle so you can really position it so you know exactly where you need to be. And then we are going to follow this all the way around, making sure that we are stitching just in the comb, and then also making sure we're keeping that right at the edge of the fabric. And just go slow, take your time on this. I would engage your needle down button, so if you need to stop at any point to reposition the banroll, you don't lose your place in the stitch. Now you can see we have a stitch very close to the edge right in the comb of the banroll. So now we're going to flip it over to the wrong side, and then we take the banroll and then we're going to push it to the edge, and then we're going to sew down that little mini rolled edge. And you want to be really delicate while you're touching this and turning over the banroll because it's barely hanging on at the edge because we're creating such a small little hem. So when I'm doing this, I'm pushing the banroll towards the hem to make this nice and tight. And now I'm going to stitch right on the edge, the left edge, with a little edge stitch of the hem. And just stop, keep pushing it. And because it is a curve, just work a little bit at a time. Stop, push it over, make sure it's nice and tight. And there we go. Let's go take a look at it. So here's our nice curve sewn into the bottom. And now is where the magic happens. So what we're going to do is hold our hem and then pull the banroll to the right. And it's just gonna pop right out. So we are just going to keep pulling the banroll out, and then you're going to be left with that beautiful hem. Here's our hem on the inside of the half circle. Look at how amazing and tiny this little hem is on that curve. And then here is the outside. Look at how gorgeous and close to the edge that is. So the cool thing about banroll is that once you have this piece shaped and curved how you want it, you can use it again and again and again. So you don't have to redo this process every single time you want to create some banroll hem. Now that we've completed the soft curve, let's move on to the extreme curve. And we are going to be using banroll, but we're going to be using it in a much different way. So I have my light chiffon flounce circle cut out. Here's the pattern for it, and then here's the banroll. So the first thing we need to do is cut a length of banroll a little bit longer than the outside circumference of your flounce or circle that you're working with. So I'm just gonna walk it around my paper pattern, just like roughly. If you cut too much, that's okay. If you don't cut enough, well, that might create a problem. So go a little on the longer side instead of the shorter side. I'm even just gonna add a little extra here. So now I have a nice long piece of banroll cut that is definitely going to go all the way around my flounce. So we're going to start this the same way by removing those lengthwise fibers, and I'm just gonna keep removing them until I get that comb to be 1/16 of an inch. And just pull out a little bit at a time. And if it breaks off, just find that little fiber and give it a pull. Now that we have the little comb on the edge of the banroll to size, we need to get this straight piece of banroll into this circle shape. So the way we're going to be doing that is by cutting and sewing the banroll together. So the way we're going to do this is we are going to cut into the banroll from the opposite side of the comb. We do not want to cut through the little comb. We're going to stop when we're a few fibers away. We're going to take the banroll and we're going to overlap it like 1/8 of an inch, and you're going to see it starts to curve there. And then we're going to zigzag that shut, and then we're going to move down another inch. We're going to cut in, we're going to overlap it and zigzag it shut. And then it's going to start to create the curve. Now, depending on the curve shape that you have, I would keep your pattern piece by your sewing machine so you can keep referencing it and laying it there. So that way, when you overlap the fabric, you can overlap it enough to create the actual shape of the curve, the strong curve that you're trying to hem. So I've made my first cut here, and I'm going to overlap this about 1/8 of an inch. I have my zigzag stitch on, and I want to zigzag this overlapped seam. I'm going to add a back stitch. I'm going to come all the way down. I'm going to add some more back stitches. You can even back stitch down further if you want for more reinforcement. Totally up to you. Basically just need these 2 layers to stay together. So then it's going to look like that. Obviously cut any extra threads you have so they don't get in the way later. Now we're going to continue this process. So I'm going to put another snip in here. I'm going to come down about 1.5 inches. Don't cut all the way through. I'm going to overlap it about 1/8 of an inch. So you can already see we're starting to get a nice curve there. But now we need to start checking this curve against our pattern. So you can see now how the edge of the banroll is starting to curve around the pattern piece. Now, if you end up with any straight areas that aren't matching your curve, all you need to do is add more curve. So what we're going to do is snip into the banroll, and then you're going to add another overlap. So then if we take this and we overlap it, it's going to allow us to get that perfect curve. Look at that. So now I know exactly how much I need to overlap this and then zigzag it together. So I'm going to zigzag this one together. And now let's just put that paper pattern under it again to double check. And then you can see we got rid of that straight edge that was there. So I'm just going to keep repeating this process until I'm done with the entire flounce. And if it is an even flounce shape all the way around, the curve is even, you're going to be able to figure out how often you need to clip in and overlap and how much to overlap. You'll start to see a consistency. So now you can see how I have my banroll shaped to the curve of my flounce, my circle that I have here. Then we're going to take the banroll and we're going to place it on the right side of the chiffon, just like we did our satin, line up our edges. And now we're going to go over to the sewing machine and sew it all the way around, just like we did before. So again, I'm going to be sewing right next to the edge of that comb there. That's on the banroll. Straight stitch, just whatever stitch length you should be in for your fabric. And here we go. Just take your time. Keep it lined up at the edge. I'm going to overlap my banroll when I get back to where I started. Come a few stitches in, overlapping. And let's take it out. So now we have the banroll sewn all the way around the edge of the flounce. So now we have the banroll sewn all the way around the edge of the flounce. So now this is the wrong side of my fabric, and we're going to take the banroll and we're going to flip it to the inside. Just like we did the other one, this one's just more extreme. So now when we flip it back, be careful it doesn't come apart. We're just gonna push that edge over and we're gonna add that little edge stitch. So I have everything pushed over to the side. I have my needle positioned right at the edge of the fold. Since I'm doing the final stitch, I'm gonna make sure I'm back stitching, and I'm gonna continue all the way around. Again, make sure your needle down button is engaged, so when you stop to realign or adjust anything, you don't lose your place in your stitch. And then just continue all the way around. Okay, we get back to where we started. Just add a couple back stitches. Let's take it out and take a look. So like before, it's time to remove the banroll. So hold your hem and then start pulling out the banroll. Sometimes you'll have a fiber or two that will get stuck in the banroll. So if you notice that happening, just cut them and continue. And just like that, we have given our flounce a baby miniature rolled hem. So here's the inside of our rolled hem, nice and tucked under. And here's our beautiful little hem on the outside of the flounce. Can you believe it? We added a 1/16 of an inch rolled hem to a chiffon flounce. And it wasn't even that hard because we created a banroll template for it. So if you had an outfit that had a bunch of flounces on it that you had to finish the edge of, this is a great method to use. And this can be a little time consuming, but the results are worth it. It is gorgeous. And you'll have a template that you can use again and again and again for that project. So now you should be able to micro roll hem any kind of curve that you have, whether it's a slight curve or a very severe curve. You now can roll hem it. I'd love to know what you think of this technique. Leave it down below in the comments. Have you tried it before? What kind of techniques are you using right now? Share it with everyone down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching Sewing Anastasia today. If you enjoyed the tutorial, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know when the new tutorials come out. And if you're not a subscriber yet, well, I really hope you subscribe to Sewing Anastasia. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for watching today. These videos are for you guys, so let me know what other kind of tutorials you would like to see down below in the comments. And if you'd like to learn more about sewing, make sure you check out my online and in-person classes, along with the online sewing club, where you get a new pattern and lessons every single month. And if you want to know what's going on in the studio right now, make sure you check out my Instagram stories. Thank you so much for watching today. Bye!